Judge, motion was filed to suppress evidence obtained in a stop on Mr. Johnson's and Ms. Carl's case. The first element that's common with both cases is an allegation that there was not reasonable suspicion. With respect to Mr. Johnson, and there's a second allegation as to lack of probable cause. As has been articulated in our brief, and as we will present evidence from 3 officers, the facts show that that's contrary to the standards under the law. The evidence should not be suppressed. The state will call Officer Elman, Officer Black, and Officer Murray to establish that procedures were followed and the standards have been met in this case. We'd urge the court to allow the evidence of the DUI and the evidence of the minor possession of alcohol consistent with the arguments presented in our brief. Thanks.
Mr. Healy, you're on the seat.
My client was mooned by somebody else in another car. That's why he was pulled over. It's our position that there was no reasonable suspicion to pull over Mr. Johnson. We think that that's what the evidence will show.
Very well. Call your first witness.
Judge, the state calls Officer Elman to the stand.
We would ask for the exclusionary rule of the other witnesses, Judge.
What witnesses do you have, Mr. Healy?
I have 3 witnesses, and my primary witness for the Johnson case would be Officer Black, but I have a primary witness for Carl's case, who would be Officer Murray.
Let's have all of them go out for the What witnesses do you have, Mr. Healy?
Just my 2 defendants.
I do. Officer Elman, will you state your full name for the court, please?
Dustin Brock Elliman,
Who do you work for?
Logan City Police Department.
Okay, and did you encounter any defendants in this case?
I did not contact these 2. I saw the gentleman in the purple shirt driving a vehicle, but I did not contact him.
Where did you see him?
Saw him at 1800 North, Main, west side of the road, facing east in the eastbound travel lane.
Tell me some of the circumstances that you observed.
As I pulled up, I was going westbound towards Main on the west side, or eastbound, excuse me, on the west side of Main Street on 1800 North. As I pulled up to the intersection, I observed a big jacked up Chevy truck and a red car parked at the intersection. I was going to make a left-hand turn, so as I started into the left-hand turn lane, I observed feet in between the black truck and the red truck. And as I pulled up alongside of it, I heard the engine of the black truck revving up several times. Due to the fact that there was people standing in the roadway, I didn't know. I assumed it was probably a fight, is what I thought it was going to be. So as I pulled up, I hit my spotlight on my patrol car, flashed it in the driver's window of the black truck and the red car. Observed the driver of the black truck look over at me, which is the gentleman in the purple shirt. And I observed the feet and then a person run to the passenger side of the red car.
What time of night was this?
It was dark. It was dark. I can't tell you the exact time. I don't remember. But it was, I was on Graves, so it was after 10.
Okay, so we have a black truck and a car, and they're both stopped.
Yes.
There's people outside of the car, you said.
Yes.
And you see the feet. Where do you see those?
Just in between the two vehicles, behind the red truck, and it appeared to be in between or in front of the black truck.
So it's as close to either vehicle as it is the other.
It appeared, but again, I was seeing them from under the big jacked up black truck.
Okay, and then what do you do?
As I pulled up and come to a stop, I went to exit my vehicle, observed the gentleman that was outside, run to the passenger side of the door, red car, And as he was doing that, it looked like he was doing up his pants. As I exited, I motioned to the driver of the black truck to stay there. And then the light turned green and the red car proceeded to travel eastbound. So I jumped back in my patrol car, again, waved at the driver of the black truck to wait and follow the red car eastbound on 1800 North.
Did the black truck follow your instructions?
No, he did not. As I initiated the traffic stop on the red car, we pulled into the parking lot, and as I was getting out of my vehicle, I saw the black truck drive by, and I observed people inside looking at me, and I again did one of these, indicating them to pull over, and they didn't. They sped up and continued eastbound. And at that time, I observed Detective Murray pull up to the intersection, and I informed him to stop the black truck because I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know if they were going to fight, what was going on. So
what are you doing at this point?
I'm actually making contact with the driver and the occupants of the red car.
Okay, so it goes by, and you can't stop them.
I can't.
Call Murray.
Yeah, I call Murray and inform him to stop the black truck that's going eastbound in front of him.
You have no idea who the occupants at that point belonged to?
No clue. I know there was 3 or 4 of them in there, but I don't know who they were or anything like that.
How many times did the car rev its engine?
At least 3 or 4 times. It's a big Chevy truck. It was loud. I assumed, or I believed, that it was possibly a fight. That's why I was going to get out and find out what was going on. My intentions were to make contact with both vehicles and the occupants in them.
Okay, and so to conclude, once you tell them to pull over, they proceed through the intersection, and you call Officer Murray. Then what happens?
Yes. Officer Murray and Officer Black stopped the vehicle. I continued to deal with the red car and ended up placing the driver under arrest for DUI.
No other questions, thank you.
Officer Ellman, the prosecution has made a couple of arguments why you pulled over the defendant. I want to ask you about those arguments. The first one he cites in his brief is prohibition against stopping, standing, or parking a vehicle in a highway. These 2 cars were parked stopped at a stoplight, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. The black truck was running, true?
Yes. Yeah, it was, because I heard him rev the motor.
And the black truck had its lights on.
Yeah?
And the black truck did not have parking lights on. Wasn't in park, correct?
I don't believe so, but I can't tell if it's in park or not.
Okay. And the black truck was parked or stopped right behind the red truck, correct?
Yeah.
Or the red car, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And so the black truck was legally and lawfully, rightfully stopped, true?
He was stopped, yes.
You pull up and you pull into the turning lane.
Yes.
To the left of the black truck.
Yes.
Okay. And you saw feet going around the truck.
No, I saw feet in front of the truck, in between the truck and the red car.
Okay. And how many people did you see outside the red car?
How many people did I see in between the 2 vehicles? 1.
One. Okay. You never saw this man come from the black truck, correct?
No, I never did.
And you indicated or you assumed that there was some sort of fight going on.
I figured what was going to happen. I assumed that there was possibly going to be a fight, the way the truck was revving its motor.
Was there any indication that there was going to be a fight, such as yelling, screaming, or fists flying, or anything like
No.
that? Any obscene gestures?
Again, all I could see was the feet.
Okay.
So, as the gentleman went around to the red car, to the passenger door, he was pulling up his pants. So,
And was anything showing out of his pants?
no.
Okay, so he was doing up his pants as he's running around the car.
Yep.
He gets to the red car and he climbs in the passenger